A mechanical device that changes the direction or magnitude of a force is known as a simple machine. In general terms, they are defined as simple mechanisms that make use of leverage or mechanical advantage to multiply force. Let us learn more about the 6 simple machines in the next few sections. An inclined plane consists of a sloping plane and is used to raise heavy bodies. Inclined planes make it easier to lift objects to greater heights. Lifting an object straight up moves the object in the shortest distance, but a greater force must be exerted. Using an inclined plane to lift objects requires a smaller force, but must be exerted over a long distance. A few everyday examples of inclined planes include sidewalk ramps, highway access ramps, inclined conveyor belts, and switchback roads. Wheel and axle make work easier by moving objects across distances. The wheel and axle greatly reduce the friction involved in moving an object. The wheel is one of the most significant inventions in the history of the world. Instead of an axle, a wheel could also rotate a rope, cord, or belt. The variation of the wheel and axle is the pulley. In a pulley, a cord wraps around the wheel. It is a simple machine that is used to change the direction of the force. When the wheel rotates, the cord can move in either of the directions. By attaching a hook to the cord, the wheel's rotation can be used to raise or lower objects, making work easier. A lever is a tool that is used to pry objects loose. Levers are also used to lift objects. A lever has an arm that turns against a fulcrum. Exerting a force on one end of the pivot creates a force on the other end of the lever. The applied force is either increased or decreased based on the distance from the fulcrum to the load, and from the fulcrum to the effort. A few examples of levers are the hammer that we use to pry nails loose and the kid's favorite seesaw. An inclined plane wrapped around a shaft is known as a screw. The 2 primary functions of a screw are to hold things together or to lift objects. A wedge is a simple machine that is used to break apart the substances by applying force. A nail is a common example of a wedge. In a nail, the force is applied to the whitehead area. This applied force is concentrated in a small point area where the force is exerted. At this point, the force is magnified and enables the force to pierce through objects. As the nail sinks into the object, the wedge shape at the point of the nail moves forward and forces the object apart.